Alright, good day everyone. So today we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison between an original SH Monsterarts Kong and a knockoff SH Monsterarts Kong. So due to the popularity of this figure, in part because the movie was really successful and Kong isn't really much of a staple in the action figure industry, so having one that is really articulated, comes with a ton of accessories, extra hands and a facial expression, this figure became very popular and is a must-buy to a lot of collectors. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at them side by side. So if you've been looking at these two boxes right here, you could already see that the original one, the one on the left, comes with a lot of branding. So it shows you the trademark information from the movie, some of the trademarks on the bottom of the box. It also comes with the Tamashii Nation's quality sticker. I'm not sure if you could see that, but yeah, that's what it is. On the other hand, the knockoff, they kind of use the same box. It probably has a different color, color rendering, if you will, on the box. A little shade. This one's a little bit more yellow if you look at the two boxes side by side. And the more obvious ones is it doesn't have all of the branding information, all of the trademark information, and it doesn't have the SH Monsterarts logo. And basically that's it. So the rest of the box is pretty much the same. So on the top, on the sides, so they're pretty much the same. Again, here SH Monsterarts doesn't have that SH Monsterarts logo. Same on the back, but everything else is pretty much the same, or is it? So now, without further ado, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up these figures. Okay, so looking what's inside the box, they basically contain the same set. So the figure, they have an extra facial expression, and then they have 3 extra sets of hands, and of course the battle axe. So right out of the bat, they come with the same set. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the knockoff and the original to compare the figures side by side. Okay, so I feel like the best way to start off the comparison is with the battle axe. As you can see here on the left is the original SH Monsterarts Kong battle axe, and this one is the knockoff, the one on the right. So as you can see, there's a glaring difference on how they did the paint application on both battle axes. On the Godzilla spine part of the battle axe, as you can see, the original was painted really well. There is a magnificent blending of the silver and the blue color, and it's consistent on both sides of the axe. So it really looks like the dorsal spine of Godzilla here is glowing really well. Whereas if you look at the knockoff, there is no effort at all to make that blending, if you will. So they basically just painted the inner part silver and the outer part blue. So that's one of the most obvious difference between the two figures. And then for the rest of the battle axe, as you can see on the original, again, very much consistent. They really did an awesome job of doing the paint application on the axe. And another obvious difference is on the joint part of the bone. So as you can see here, blending on the original is really good, while on the knockoff, you'll see it's really patched up all over the place. So in terms of quality paint application, the original one really does a great job on painting the battle axe. Now, in terms of size, I feel like the knockoff one is slightly bigger than the original, which gives me the impression that either they used a thicker paint on the knockoff, or what they did is they used the original to make a mold out of it and did a bigger version. So because if you're making a mold out of something, you're not really gonna get the same size. Usually there is like a very slight difference in size compared to the original one. So yeah, so this is what happened here. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and look at the extra head sculpt that comes with the figure. So again, on my left is the original extra head from SH Monsterarts, and on my right is the one from the knockoff. Now, surprisingly, what I like about the knockoff is that they did the color application a bit matte. So if you can see here, the one on the right, the one on the left, which is the original one, is a bit more shiny than the one on the left. So I like how they did the paint application on the knockoff compared to the original. My only gripe is, if you can see here, there is kind of a mark where the mold happened on the knockoff, which is not present, or which is clean on the original. So this reinforces the idea that what they did was they made they used an original figure and made a different mold out of it to make the knockoff version. So other than that, there are subtle differences, like the ear, the sculpt on the ear on the original is more defined compared to the compared to the knockoff. But other than that, they're basically identical. So yeah, you could fault some other details, like the one like the teeth. The teeth on the knockoff is not as refined as how SH Monsterarts did on the original. The eyes, let me see if I can show that on screen. The eyes are not as well painted on the knockoff compared to the original. So that's it for the extra head sculpt that comes with the Kong figure. Inspecting the hands, the extra pairs of hands that again, the one on the left is the original, the one on the right is knockoff. The differences are still the same. So the one on the original Kong has a slightly more shiny paint application compared to the knockoff. So, but other than that, it's basically the same. So now let's look at the actual figure. So again, the original one is on the left and the knockoff is on the right. So as you can see, it's really a good figure. The knockoff is really a good figure, don't get me wrong. And I like the paint application better on the knockoff than how they did it on the original. It could still use a bit of dry brushing, in my opinion, but other than that, I like the matte paint application on the knockoff. Now, another obvious difference that you would see is that since SH Monsterarts have been doing this for years already, they have already devised a way to make sure that the joint marks are flushed and are integrated well on the other joints on the figure. So you could still see some seam lines, but as you can see how they attach to the other joints on the figure, it's really well executed. So you would see minimal seam lines and minimal joint marks or joints that doesn't look attached to the right place. So that's why this one is a premium figure. Now, looking at the knockoff, as you can see here, there's a lot of joints that are really all over the place, and it feels like it's not supposed to be there. Like, see here, some of the joint marks sticking out. And on the forearms, on the shoulders, although they share the same joint, so most of these are all ball joints, if not all of them are ball joints, but how they sculpted the pieces of those joints in order to cover up the joint marks, SH Monsterarts really did an amazing job already, given their years of experience on doing this. See how flush that arm is compared to the one on the knockoff. So I won't go into greater detail about the articulation. I'll put a link on the description below on what the actual articulation looks like for both figures. I mean for the original figure, so that you would at least, you know how this figure moves, because they're practically sharing the same joints. So yeah. Okay, so final thoughts about both figures. Well, if you have been able to pre-order for the original, then there's really no reason why you should get the knockoff. So the original has better sculpt overall. They have the same articulation, but paint application, overall the original one is much better. Now the knockoff in terms of price is a steal. So this one is less than $20. So I got this for 900 pesos off of Shopee. And if you guys want the link on where I bought this, I will put this on the description below. 900 pesos, that's a steal for all of the articulation, the extra head sculpt, and all the accessories that comes with the knockoff. But if you already have the original figure, again, you will get superior quality, and this guy costs around $60 if I'm not mistaken. So it's right around a little less than 3,000 pesos. So there's a big difference on the price on both these figures. But again, if you missed out on the original, if you can't find the original anymore on the market or on your local toy store, the knockoff really isn't that bad. So, and if you want a Kong figure that goes with your SH Monsterarts Godzilla or NECA Godzilla 2021, 2019, or whatever MonsterVerse Godzilla you have, this Kong is a really good figure to have. Okay. So I guess that's it for me. And I hope you've enjoyed this short video that we prepared for you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you give our channel a thumbs up, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We're also on Facebook if you want to see more of the hobbies that we're into. And so yeah, that's it for me, folks. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.